This tutorial is going to be about keeping your designs simple and using a tool within Illustrator that'll be helpful when it comes to making simple assets. So if I make a new page, what I'm going to look at is this pencil tool. Usually it comes up in the toolbar as the shaper, but if you click and hold down, you'll get the pencil tool. Now if I double click on it, I'll get some options here. This fidelity is usually about halfway, but if I pull it all the way up to smooth, keep selected is usually on. I usually switch that off. And I go OK. What you're going to see is that when I draw, it will try and smooth the paths out. So if I wrote something, you can see what it's doing, that it's trying to keep those shapes nice and smooth. So I'll select all that. So when I draw, it is going to try and smooth these paths. You'll see as soon as I stop drawing this, the Wacom tablet has been a bit jittery here, but all of this gets smoothed out. If I want to join these end points, I'll just go to P for pen, and I can join them up. So now I'm going to get a green color, go OK, and I have this, and I have this leaf here. Now what you're going to see is if I go to the layers, is that I've got a base layer and a clipping layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this. I'm going to go Command C for copy, or Control C on a PC. I'm going to come up here onto the clipping layer, click that layer and make sure there's no dot beside the base. Command F, and you can see it's pasted it on that top layer. I'm just going to switch the bottom one off for a second, and I'm going to get the pencil tool again, and I'm going to draw through this shape. So essentially I'm drawing the stem. I'm going to go Command Y so I can see how this is areas. I'm going to get a nice kind of smoothing of the lines. So I'm just pushing them all the way out. I can curve the lines, it'll try and smooth it. Do the same thing here. Right, so once I have all of those, I can select all these lines. I can group them by going Command G or Control G on a PC, Command or Control Y to see the preview, and I'm just going to go to the line tool, and I'm going to pick a lighter green, and I'm going to bump it up a wee bit so we can see it. So we can see it there. Now on that layer, all I need to do is I need to get that leaf, the shape, and go Arrange, Bring to the front. Because if it's in front, that's what we're going to paste into. So Shift, so I'll just Shift select both those things, so I've got both of them selected, and then I can go Command or Control 7, which is the same as going Object, Clipping Mask, Make. There we go, I've got that. Switch on the one underneath, and there we go. We've got those two. I'm going to make one more new layer up the top, and this one I'm just going to call it So this is going to be a shape right above everything else that everything will sit behind. So I'm just going to draw a shape for a rock. And with this, you will see that with these curves, it's going to do a pretty good job of smoothing everything out. I'll go Command Y so I can see it. Pen tool, just to close that shape. And then I'm going to give it a color. Command or Control Y to see it again. And now I've got this shape on the very top layer that's above everything else. I'm just going to lock that. And I'm going to draw another shape. So I'm going to start on the base. And this time, pencil tool. Draw a curved shape, kind of joining it up at the end. I'll go Command Y. And it's done a pretty good job of smoothing that out, because I did do a bit of a rough bump up here. So I'll grab that. This one I'm going to make it a bit darker. And at the moment, it's on that base, but I can open that up and drag it so it's behind the other leaf. If it's like this, I might go in and just try and tidy that curve up a bit. It was a little bit rough, and if I want, I could put something in the middle of that. So again, on the base, I'm going to draw another shape. I'm going to try drawing a bit of a fern. And with this one, I'll grab that, I'll make it a lighter colour. Okay, at the moment that's behind, and I can do the same thing again. I can grab this, copy, make sure I'm on that second layer called clipping, Command F, pasted it there, and then I can do some lines over the top of it. So I'm just going to do some sharp lines this time. Go Command Y so I can see where I'm adding things. Okay, so I'm just going to shift, click on all of those lines. I'm going to go Command G to group them, and I'll make them a dark green. Back to the preview mode to have a look. I'll maybe make that line a little bit thicker. And again, this, I can see it on that layer there. I'm going to drag that so it's above the other shape. So I've clicked, you can see them both highlighted. So they're both there. Command 7 or Control 7 is the clipping mask. And I can see it because I've got this layer down on the base behind it. So all of this stuff, now I'll grab all of this and I'll shift, make it a bit bigger, grab all of these, bring them over, and so we're starting to get these kind of a simple array of assets. Pull that up a little bit because I can see it sticking out the bottom. So it's a nice way to use the pen tool to get some very simple but elegant shapes.